Okay, we're going to start in supta padangusthasana. So get yourself down onto your back and just come into supta padangusthasana. If you want a bolster for your back, then you can use that, but otherwise just come directly down onto the floor. Have your feet together, have your knees apart, and then have the arms out, have your arms out to the sides. So initially, just feel how your body feels in connection with the ground. So although we have only just got up really, haven't we? I think sometimes it's good to start on the floor in a pose that gently challenges the hips. If it's too strong for your hips, put blocks underneath your thighs, of course, but helps you to just gain some contact with the ground. So it almost maximizes your contact with the ground, apart from your legs, of course. They're probably not in contact with the ground, but the feet and the hips and the back and the head are and the arms are supported by the floor. So focus on gentle breathing, deep inhalations, deep exhalations, never forcing the breath, just breathing so that the lungs become full and they empty. Observe that as you inhale, the chest expands. So allow the chest to expand so that the in-breath happens without resistance. Just focus on filling the lungs from the bottom to the top, breathing into both lungs evenly. And breathing from the top, exhaling from the top of the lungs down to the bottom. Just spend a moment to seek to generate a genuine, heartfelt sense of gratitude for something, or someone, or somewhere. Something, or someone, or somewhere that brings you positive energy. So it could be something simple, like the joy of smelling clean air, taste of coffee, the sunlight as it comes in through the window. Just anything that brings you a little spark of positivity. So hold that in your heart, in the heart area, and express thankfulness for it. And then consider something else that brings you positive energy. So it can be somebody, somewhere, something. It could be a possession or a person or a place. Somewhere in your existence that has brought you positive energy. Draw that feeling of abundance into the heart area and express thankfulness. And just one more thing. Something or someone or somewhere that brings in positive energy. Even just the glimmer of positive energy. Bring in that feeling of positive abundance into the heart region. Expressing thankfulness. And then open your eyes, but stay in supta padangusthasana. Raise your arms up to the ceiling and spread the fingers, spread the palms. Feel that as you stretch the palms, the muscles of the hands wake up. So spread the fingers, spread the palms. Feel the hands from the skin into the flesh, into the muscles, into the bones. And then hook the thumbs together. Doesn't matter which way round you do to start off with. Hook the thumbs and then spread the fingers like you're doing a butterfly silhouette. And then lengthen. Keep really pulling on the thumbs and then lengthen the arms along the floor. If you've got stiffness in your shoulders, have a block underneath your hands just to support your shoulders. Otherwise, stretching along the floor. Splay the fingertips outwards. Try and draw the elbows so that they become really straight. Lock the elbows. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So just in the way that we try to find the spark of positivity in the minutiae of existence, aim in our asana to observe the body's response to the pose. So we often observe the areas of resistance almost with relish, but we ignore often the areas of non-resistance. So we try in our yoga practice to balance our observation. We're not ignoring the discomfort. We're acknowledging that It's not the entire body that feels that discomfort. Not usually. So even if it's the fingernails, even if it's the hair follicles on your head, even if it's the eyebrows or the nose, there's a part of the body that presents no resistance. So balance your focus on the areas of resistance and of non-resistance. Just swap the interlock of the thumbs. Keep spreading the fingers out really wide, like you're trying to make a really good butterfly silhouette. Keep the elbows locked. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Observing the areas of resistance. Observing the areas of non-resistance. Maybe there is no resistance. Maybe, if that is the case, you're not fully in observation. And then gently release your arms. Just rest your hands on your lower ribs. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just feeling the inhalation, filling and expanding the lungs. Allowing the chest to expand, allowing the intercostal muscles between the ribs to expand. Okay, gently draw your knees together. Have the knees together and the feet apart, just resting the hips for a moment. Just listen to the sound of your breath as it enters and as it exits. And then bring the feet together, have the feet together and the knees together. Just staying on your back, and then bring your right knee in towards your chest. Interlock the fingers and bring the palms of the hands onto the front of the knee, and draw that right knee in towards the chest. Just feel how that adds some response in the hip. Consciously lengthen from that right knee into the right heel, flexing the heel. Observe how bringing the knee in changes the breath. So allow the body to accommodate the breath. Release the knee, bring the foot back down onto the floor, have the feet together, the knees together, and then interlock the fingers around the front of the left knee and pull the left knee in towards the chest. Listening to the breath, observing your body's response to the pose. Because even though we're working with quite simple poses, the body's response can be really profound. So just observe it. Flexing the heel of the bending knee, although they're both bent, aren't they? The left knee. And then release. Just bring the feet together close to the chest. Not close to the chest, close to the seat bone, sorry. Bend the right knee again, interlock the fingers around the front of the knee, draw the knee in towards the chest. And this time I want you to push your left heel into the floor and then slide that heel away from the body until the leg becomes straight, keeping the heel in contact with the floor. And then tadasanaise that leg, tighten the kneecap, turn the front of the thigh inwards, lengthen from the inner groin into the inner heel. Drawing the right knee in towards the chest, flexing that right heel, keeping that left leg really firmly activated. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Lengthen from the shoulders into the elbows into the hands. Bring in that consciousness into the physical body. Observe how the breath changes and accommodate that breath. And then bend your left leg, release the right knee, and then bring the feet together, the knees together, the feet close to the seat bones. And then bend the left knee, hook the fingers around the front of the left knee, flexing that heel, bringing the knee in towards the chest. And then push the right heel into the floor and then slide it away along the mat until the leg becomes straight. So we're just working gently in the hips, but there's some profound response to that pose. Lengthen into the heels. Turn the straight leg inwards from the little toe side to the big toe side, like you do in Tadasana. So the front of the thigh turns inwards, the back of the thigh broadens outwards. Do you remember that corkscrew action in the standing poses? That's what we're trying to bring to that straight leg. Observe how the breath has changed and allow the body to accommodate the breath. Lengthen from your shoulders into your elbows, elbows into the wrists, into the palms. And then release both knees, bring the feet back onto the floor, and then just bring the feet back into supta padangusthasana. Let the feet stay together, let the knees fall apart. Again, if you've got stiffness in the hips, then put blocks underneath the thighs. Just breathe even, deep inhalations and exhalations. Okay, if you've got a belt handy, grab that. If you haven't, then just sit yourself up and get your belt. Because you'll need a belt for this next stage. So bring the knees back together. Sit the feet as close to the seat bones as you can. Have the feet as wide apart as the seat bones. So not quite together this time. Okay, so get your belt and then hook the right foot into the belt and then elevate that leg up to the ceiling. So keep the left knee where it is, left foot where it is, but just elevate that right leg up to the ceiling. So have the belt around the ball joint of the foot and then just bring the leg to 12 o'clock. We're not trying to bring the leg over the face, just directly to 12 o'clock, so a right angle to the floor. Just feel how the hips connect to the ground. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Tadasanaise that leg. Remember that corkscrew action. Turning the fronts of the thighs inwards, feeling the backs of the thighs broaden outwards. Listen to the breath. And then push the left heel into the floor and then slide that heel along the floor until the leg straightens. And then tadasanaise the leg. Tadasanaise both legs, turning the fronts of the thighs inwards. So supta padangusthasana 1. Lengthening deeply into both legs. Feeling that the hips feel level on the floor. Maybe that lifted leg, the hip of that lifted leg, the right hip, feels a little bit higher up than the left hip. So higher up in relation to your head. So try and lengthen the outer hip away from the armpit. So the outer hip of that right leg, lengthen that away from your armpit. Keep the rest of the leg in Tadasana. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Okay, and then release the leg, bring both feet so that they're close to the seat bones. And just take some deep inhalations, deep exhalations. And then hook the belt around the ball joint of the left foot. And then raise that leg up. So give yourself enough rope so that you can straighten the leg. You could, if you can't bring the leg to the right angle with the floor, then give yourself a bit more rope and have the leg at an angle like this. But otherwise, bring the leg to 90 degrees. Tadasanaise that lifted leg. Feel how the hips connect to the floor and try and bring some levelness there. So as that lifted leg, hip, as that left hip gone closer to the left armpit. See if you can lengthen from the armpit into the hip so that the hips are level. Straighten the leg of that lifted leg and then straighten the right leg, sliding the heel along the floor and then tadasanaise both legs. So if you need to give yourself a little bit more belt so that you can straighten the leg, then do. Just listen to the breath, lengthening that left hip away from the armpit. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, really activating both legs deeply. And then release the leg and then just stretch the legs along the floor. Just lay in Shavasana for a moment. So let the body release into the ground. So although we're working slowly, we're still working with a fair amount of intensity, aren't we? So just let the body rest into the ground. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Just feel how your energy has released a little around the diaphragm region, around the arms, around the hips and the legs. Just observe how the body feels a little lighter, perhaps how it feels as though it's glowing with positive energy, with lightness. Okay, and then just bend the feet close to the seat bones again, and this time we're gonna again hook the right foot into the belt. So this is supta padangusthasana 1. Straighten out the left leg along the floor. So this is supta padangusthasana 1. We're going to do supta padangusthasana 2. So just reset in supta padangusthasana 1 so that you get the lifted legs straight. We're rotating the legs inwards. We're feeling where the hips are on the floor. You're giving yourself enough rope to really extend that lifted leg. Keeping the left leg really firm. Take both ends of the belt into your right hand and rest your left hand on your left hip. And then bend your right elbow out in line with your own shoulder. And then bring that right leg out to the side. Keeping that left leg really firm and immovable. So you're not going to bring the leg to the floor. If you do, you're cheating or you've broken your pelvis. So hopefully you would be cheating if it's on the floor. So lengthen your legs. Lengthen from the hips into the heels. Feel how the hips maybe have disrupted. So lengthen that right hip away from your right armpit. Lengthening into the legs. Keeping the left leg really determinedly extending like you're doing Tadasana, so that that leg stays firm on the floor. Stretching out the hamstrings, keeping that right leg straight. Okay, bring that leg back to the center, just release the foot and then just rest down along the floor for a moment. So let your legs release into the floor and just rest into Shavasana for a moment. It probably feels like your legs feel a bit uneven now, but we'll even that out in a moment. Just observe the lightness that emerges from bones and the blood and begins to bring positive energy into the body that almost tingles in the skin. Okay, bend both legs again. Bring the feet close to the seat bones and then put the belt around the ball joint of the left foot and then straighten out that right leg along the floor. So supta padangusthasana 1. Feel the hips on the floor, lengthening that left hip away from the left armpit. Tadasana, rising the legs, keeping the legs straight. See, Andrew, see if you can straighten that leg a bit more, that lifted leg. So that's it. So give yourself a bit more belt if you need it. So the straightness of the leg is important. Hold on to both ends of the belt with your left hand. Bring the right hand onto the right hip and then bend your left elbow out in line with your own shoulder and then bring that leg out to the side, keeping that right leg really firmly in Tadasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Draw the abdomen from the left to the right a little, away from that leg. Keep the hips as level as you can. If you feel the hips, you probably feel that the left hip is pressing into the floor much more firmly than the right hip. So extend into that right leg much more firmly and then try and feel that there is even connection with the hips, with the buttocks. Okay, and then bring that leg back to the center, release the foot, and then just rest down onto the floor. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Just observe that feeling of energy radiating from the inside of the body, organs and into the flesh and the skin. Breathing even deep inhalations and exhalations. Okay, so we're going to do one more supta padangusthasana, but this is a variation. This is, so bring the feet close to the seat bones and then hook the belt around the right foot and then straighten out that left leg. Now in supta padangusthasana 2, you didn't bring your leg to the floor. And that's because you probably, well, most people can't, and you shouldn't really be able to. But in this version, in this variation, this is more like trikonasana. So when you bring that leg out to the side in a moment, I want you to bring it all the way to the floor and let the left leg lift off the floor for a moment so that you kind of accommodate it. So the hips are going to roll over a little bit. So take hold of both ends of the belt with the right hand, bring that right arm, the elbow out in line with your shoulder, bring the leg out to the side, then it kind of gets stuck. So let go with the left leg a little and then let that foot, little toe side of the right foot come down onto the floor. So just let the left leg soften to accommodate that action. And then go back to the left leg, extend into that left leg, turn the leg like you're doing trikonasana, turning the front of the thigh of that left leg out a little. Bring the abdomen from the right to the left and then stretch out into the left arm and then look over the left arm. So keep that left leg really firmly activating. And we're basically doing trikonasana, just along the floor. Turn the abdomen away from that right leg towards the left hand. Breathe even deep inhalations and exhalations. Keep that left leg really firmly activated. And then bring the leg back up to the center. Then take hold of both ends of the belt with your left hand. So take hold of both ends of the belt, not with your right hand, but with your left hand. And then you're going to bring that right leg over to the left side. So just let your whole body roll over. So bring that right leg over to the left side. So you're kind of rolling over completely. Now, reactivate that left leg, the leg that's straight along the floor, the one that's not hooked into the belt. And then draw the abdomen from the left to the right. Stretch the right arm out and then look over that right arm. Really activating the left leg, the leg that's not in the belt. Activate that leg. Turn the abdomen. So we're doing parivarta trikonasana. If the other one was trikonasana along the floor, this is parivarta trikonasana. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. Okay, just release that right arm, bring the right leg back to the center, unhook the foot, and then just release into the ground. Just let the body relax into the ground. So just feel the energy in the legs. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Okay, take hold of the belt, hook the left foot into the belt, and then straighten that right leg along the mat. Get the lifted leg to straighten. So just feel the hips on the floor, lengthening that left hip away from the left armpit, lengthening into the right leg. Take hold of both ends of the belt with the left hand, bring your right hand onto your hip for a moment, and then bend your elbow out in line with your shoulder. Bring that left leg out to the side, and then let go with the right leg for a moment. Bring the toes down onto the floor, and then reactivate that right leg. Draw the abdomen from the left to the right, stretch the right arm out to the side, and then look over the right arm. So trikonasana. Activating that leg that's along the floor, the one that isn't in the belt. Extend deeply into that leg. Turn the abdomen firmly away from that outstretched leg on the left side. Turn the abdomen from the left to the right. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So it's really dynamic, isn't it? It should feel really deep and extended. And then bring that leg back to the center. Bring up in the air. Just reset in the middle, and then take hold of both ends of the belt with your right hand, and then bring that leg across the body over to the right side. So it's the left leg over to the right side, letting the other leg just relax for a moment, and then once the leg is on the floor, reactivate that right leg. Really work it. Then draw the abdomen away from the floor across to the left side, stretch out the left arm, and then look over that left arm if you can. Keep the legs really firmly activated, especially that right leg, the leg that isn't in the belt. Draw the abdomen from the right to the left, drawing it away from the floor. Breathing gentle inhalations and exhalations. Okay, and then gently bring that leg back to the center, unhook the belt, and then just come into Shavasana along the floor for a moment. Just let the body relax and feel how you have brought energy into the physical body. Listen to the breath. Okay, and then just pull your knees in towards your chest. Have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then pull the feet close to the seat bones again. So we do jathara parivartanasana. So have the feet together, have the knees together, clamp the feet and the knees firmly together. Have your arms outstretched in line with your shoulders. So I want you to keep your knees together and your feet together, and we're going to bring the knees over to the right side. So keep the feet together so the left foot will lift off the floor, but keep the feet clamped together, keep the knees together. Let the knees come over to the left side, over to the right side. Have the right foot still on the floor, and then lengthen the abdomen from the right to the left. Look over the left shoulder. So a little bit like the parivarta pose. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And then come back to the center. Have the knees together, have the feet together, and then bring the knees over to the left. Draw the abdomen from the left to the right, look over that right hand, keep the knees together, keep the feet together. And then come back to the center. Just pull your knees in towards your chest, just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom. And then roll onto your right side and sit yourself up. Just sit in cross legs for a moment. The feet in cross legs or half padangusthasana. Lift up into the chest, elevating the heart area upwards. Just spend a few moments just to feel the body filling the lungs from the bottom to the top. So we're not in Namaste yet, cat, so just holding onto your knees, that's it. Lifting up into the chest. Just allow the chest to expand with the in-breath and release with the out-breath. Just feeling the chest expanding and releasing. Feel that you can breathe into the armpit chest. Okay, just get a blanket for your head, just a little folded blanket for your head, and lay yourself down. Make sure that the blanket is evenly folded. Lay yourself down in a straight line along the centre of your mat, and then just rest the back of your neck and your head on the bolster. Hold on to the edges of the mat, pull your knees in towards your chest, and then stretch your legs up to the ceiling. Just breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, listening to the breath. So Andrew, don't stay with your legs in the air for too long, just a brief moment. And then if your legs are still in the air, just bend your knees, bring your feet down onto the floor, just come up onto your elbows. Just make sure that you're in a really good straight line. Let the feet fall apart. Let the arms rest on the floor to the side of you. Unhook the muscles of the arms and the legs. Allow the body to release into the ground. Let go of the muscles of the arms and the legs. Allowing the physical body to become heavy on the ground. And out of that heaviness, observe a feeling of energetic lightness, radiating from the bones and into the muscles, into the organs, into the flesh and the skin. Use your in-breath and your out-breath to distribute that feeling of energetic lightness down into the toes, into the fingers, and up into the top of the head. And then when you're ready, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Bring your knees in towards your chest, just have a little rock from side to side, from top to bottom, just a gentle massage on the spine. And then roll over onto your right side. Just stay down for a breath or two. And then straighten out the top leg, come back up into the seated position. Final cross legs. With your hands in Namasti, a final spinal lift. Draw your breath in through your nose and down into your abdomen. Be conscious of the energy that you have released through your practice this morning, that good, positive, healthy, clean energy that the extensions and the forward bends and the reclining poses bring to the body and to the mind. Draw your chin down to meet your chest. Observe the feeling of positive energy around the heart area. And then send some of that positive energy out into the world. And then very gently release the backs of your hands down towards your knees, palms facing upwards. Just bring the tip of the index finger with the tip of the thumb, just a gesture of wisdom, physical intelligence, and of peacefulness that we can carry into our day. And then raise your head, allow your eyes to softly open and the focus to softly come back. Thank you very much. So hopefully you feel as though you have given yourself a really good stretch and opened up your energy for a good day's activity. thank you very much for joining me.